competing against the winner of Bruno Bastos and Tim Spriggs.
Awesome.
But before we get to that, we're going to be doing the first women's match, which will be Nyjah Rollins, formerly Nyjah Easton, against Leanna Dittrich.
Oh, man, watch out.
My name is Nyjah Rollins. I'm from Camp Springs, Maryland, and I train at Team Lloyd Irvin in Camp Springs, Maryland. It's a great honor to be able to compete with the 5 Super League. Just the fact that they are allowing women to have an equal opportunity as the guys. And I think it's an awesome opportunity, and it's going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of other young women who are coming through the sport to say, you know, I'm important, I'm special, and I train and I work hard every day, and my work is valued. So it's exciting to be able to see, an event that really shows the respect to the women. The first time I fought Leanna was at the 2014 Nogi World Championship. She was actually my first match for that division. I haven't had a chance, of course, to work with her in the gi, but I'm looking forward to an exciting technical match and to be able to show the different forms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, from passing, sweeps, and of course submissions.
Hi, I'm Leanna Dittrich. I teach and train at ETC Castle Rock in Colorado, and I fly the flag of fight sports under Roberto Cyborg Abreu. I was one of the last ones selected for the spot on the women's bracket just a few weeks ago, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare specifically for this event, but I always try to stay, in decent shape, so just trying to adapt my game plan for the rules and have a good showing. I'm really honored and excited to be a part of this historical event where women and men are being valued the same in Jiu-Jitsu. I think it's really important for the continued growth of the sport, and I'm just excited to test myself against these other world-class competitors. I've only faced Nyjah once. That was at Nogi Worlds last year. It didn't go too well for me, but I think that we both have probably improved a lot since then, and I'm also excited to face her in the gi.
Go.
All right, here we go. Leanna Dittrich against Nyjah Rollins, formerly Nyjah Easton. I really want to see what happens in this matchup. These two have actually competed before. I think it was about a year or two ago. I believe it was the Nogi Worlds. Nyjah came away victorious. A huge, point differential. But, Leanna has been training at Cyborg's team, one of the toughest gyms, and actually competed last weekend in Brazil at the Rio Open, won her division and the open weight division. That was a big shocker. It was awesome to see that happen, and she's got one tough opponent in Nyjah Rollins. So.
Yes, Nyjah competes a lot.
Yes.
And competes at a high level. She's very composed. She scientific grappler, in my opinion.
Yeah, and interesting to know, Nyjah Easton, first African-American female black belt. This is amazing. You have one of the patriarchs of American Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here competing. So it's
matriarchs. Yeah.
She has to be. Thank you. She had. When the competitors were chosen, the idea was in the 8 women and 8 men. It was one person for every team. And Nyjah has so much history as an American black belt. She simply had to be in this division.
Absolutely.
Back to the action here. Leandra trying to implement that sit-up guard. Nyjah doing a great job of balancing out, putting the pressure, using the hand on the collar, just kind of getting her off. Referee stops the action. Referee Fabio Passos.
Yeah. Nyjah is a fantastic guard passer. I've been watching. I like to pass the guard, and I like to study guard passers. I've been watching her for some time and looking at how she drills and trains her guard pass systems.
Yeah, she was in her bio. We had her describing how a regular day of training is, and wow, it's intense. So much drilling, so much rolling. It's very, very intense. But Leanna training at one of the like I said, one of the toughest gyms. Leanna actually has a very extensive background training. A lot of different gyms, and very, very a lot larger than Nyjah. And she seems to be doing good. She's, fending Nyjah's passes.
Sure is.
She's being a bit more aggressive, I think, than their first match they've ever had. Nyjah now trying to stack the pass there.
Threatening the knee slice as well, so she can go in either direction depending upon the response.
Leanna seems to be very flexible, doing a great job, not panicking, just using her flexibility. Nyjah now trying to continually tons of pressure on the top. Leanna fending off, using that flexibility once again. We got 4 minutes left.
Nyjah's been doing a lot of stacking, and that takes away some of the ability to turn for Leanna. So I think that's a good strategy. She's got a low pant control, which allows her to extend that leg, killing any sort of De La Riva hook that may come back. A knee slice attempt again.
Especially for somebody that's that much taller than you. I think, you know, ensuring and defending and preventing those De La Riva hooks is so essential. Nyjah continuing to try to stack now, trying to pass. Leanna continually trying to recompose and trying to fend off the stack pass of Nyjah Rollins.
Loop choke attempt.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left.
She might have, no.
It's going to be tough to see what happens here because, I mean, because there's no advantages, you know, really, if there was an advantage, I'm not too sure if anyone would even score it, but Nyjah's definitely pushing the pace, trying to pass the entire time. So I think that's, you know, based on the criteria of 5 grappling, definitely would probably get the nod so far. I saw Leanna had a couple loop choke attempts, but I don't, from this angle, didn't look too strong. So, you know, let's see what happens.
A loop choke with thumb in is more difficult to catch a high-level person at than if you have your fingers in.
Especially an experienced person like Nyjah.
Right.
2 minutes and a half left. Something's got to happen here. Someone's got to score. Quite the star-studded VIP section here amongst some of the celebrities. We have Brandon Vera, former UFC fighter, and Miss Karen Bryant from MMA Heat and Fox Sports. And I believe Mr. Kenny Florian might even be in the audience.
Nice.
2 minutes left.
You got to give credit to.
Oh, here we go. Almost. She had a nice sweep attempt. She off-balanced Nyjah there, but once again, no advantages. So.
Right.
Nothing being scored.
Yeah, as I was just getting ready to say, you have to give Leanna credit for keeping Nyjah at bay. Nyjah hasn't been able to pass.
No, she's playing a different guard. She obviously, I mean, you know, they had their match in no gi world, so sometimes, you know, styles and the gi games are just different than the no gi. So maybe, you know, this is probably shocking Nyjah right now a little bit mentally. I think strategically she's probably thinking like, hey, this is not happening the way that it happened last time they fought.
Yeah.
She had a huge point differential. I believe it was over 14 points to nothing. Nyjah last time they competed, and it's been very difficult for her to score. So we'll see what happens. Minute left, minute 10. Once again, want to thank some of the sponsors here for the event: SUBCON, TAP, Cancer Out, Vox, and of course this event presented by Shoyoroll. Also a big thank you to MMA Heat and you know, everyone else that supported the event. Getting back to the action, Leanna continually trying to get a sweep attempt. Nyjah continuing to pass. Got her hips to the floor, sorta, but Nyjah just balancing out there.
Right. I wonder if we're not going to see a 30-second burst.
I sure hope so, because I'd hate to be on the end of a decision like that, you know. And unfortunately, it's, you know, no one's really done so much. I mean, it's kind of even, you know, if you really think of it. Nyjah's almost passed, Leanna's almost swept, but
I'm definitely glad I don't have to call it.
Yeah, that's why I don't referee. Leanna trying that.
10 seconds. 10 seconds
there. Nyjah's 10 seconds left.
Anyone's match. Anyone's match.
Tough match. Tough first match.
Sure.
Be good to get, you know, this is, it's interesting, you know, because of the rules, because of the gi, we saw a different matchup, you know, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the referee decides. Fabio Passos, as well as Larcio Fernandez, Alberto Marchetti, David Karchmer, the referees, very, very experienced referee crew. And Larcio conferring with the refs. Looks like we have a winner. Nyjah Rollins. Congratulations, Nyjah Rollins. Nyjah advances to the semifinals. Valiant effort by Leanna Dittrich.
Absolutely.
Very, very tough match. And here we go.